Bo Ryan, Wisconsin-Platteville. Bo Ryan served as the head coach at Wisconsin-Platteville from 1984 to 1999, where his teams posted an overall record of 352-76 for an 82% winning percentage. He guided the Pioneers to 4 NCAA Division III national championships, winning the title in 1991, 95, 98, and 1999. The 95 and 98 titleists posted 31-0 and 30-0 records, respectively, only the second and third time that feat has been accomplished in Division III history. He also won 8 WIAC championships and set a Division III scoring defense record in 1997, with his team allowing only 47.5 points per game. During his tenure, UW-Platteville was the winningest NCAA men's basketball program of the 1990s among all the divisions of the NCAA, with a 266-26 record, good for a remarkable 90.8% winning percentage. In his last 12 seasons at Platteville, his teams had a home record of 157-7. Ryan was named Division III National Coach of the Year 4 times and also earned the WIAC Coach of the Year honors 6 times. He is a member of the UW-Platteville Athletic Hall of Fame, the National Collegiate Basketball Hall of Fame, and the Hall of Fame at Wilkes University, which is his alma mater. The court at UW-Platteville now bears his name. Bo Ryan, Wisconsin-Platteville, and inductee into the class of 2019 of the Small College Basketball National Hall of Fame.
Well, wait a minute, that was the speech. I thought I was going in as a player. And then he told me I was going in for coaching, so I had another one prepared. Mel, I feel I'm like you. There's things you forget when you get to do something like this. So I actually, for the first time in my life, have notes because I want to make sure I don't forget people. John, thanks, of course, to you and the committee for having the vision and the passion to say, you know, there's a lot of basketball being played out there, a lot of good basketball, a lot of good team spirit, a lot of good camaraderie being developed, a lot of good student athletes other than in Division I. So we're all very thankful that you put in the time and had this idea, because it certainly resonates throughout the country. The thank yous, some of them will always seem obvious to people out there when people get up here. But you know, when you get a chance to express it, it means a lot. And my parents, first of all, to have a dad who took a milk crate and nailed it to a telephone pole in an alley in Chester, Pennsylvania when I was like 4 years old, and what that started inside of here, that fire that grew. He would throw me in the car and we went to the Warriors games. Yes, the Warriors were in Philly before the Sixers. And then, of course, with the Sixers and with Big Five basketball and a lot of other good basketball in the area, he would always take me to games and expose me to something that I, needless to say, fell in love with from day one. My mom, she would go to games and read a book. I take it they were good books, because she certainly was into them. And then every once in a while would say, hey, good game. Okay, thanks, Mom, I'm glad you noticed. My dad had more to say than that after games, I'm sure. Some of you players out there faced that when you were growing up. But parents, they're our first teachers, our first. And what we learn from them is extremely important. And for us to put it to good use means that they did a pretty good job. And then we're supposed to do the same. It doesn't always work out that way. But to my parents, they gave me an opportunity to be able to chase this dream, to chase and fulfill that burning sensation and steer it in the right direction. My wife, Kelly, who is here, 45 years of marriage. I like to say 90 because it's 45 each. Kel, it doesn't seem like 90. I'm just saying that it's 45 apiece. She's been the one that has enabled me to put the time in, to miss the kids' high school games. We have 5 children, played a lot of sports, did a lot of activities, plays, musicals in high school, and a lot of those I missed because of coaching. As all the coaches here know, the time, there's not enough time in the day, but we do what we can. So I want to thank Kelly and our 5 children for their support and enabling the old man here to have some fun and to chase the game, still chasing the game at times. The ADs, the athletic directors, the presidents, the people who really reached deep down inside and said, let's give this guy a chance. Let's give him the head coaching job. At Platteville, there was a gentleman by the name of George Christ. His son is Paul Christ, who is the head football coach at Wisconsin right now. He gave me my first head coaching job in college. And we had a losing season the first year. When you coach a lot of freshmen, there's a lot of things you have to get across. You got to do a lot of teaching and then more teaching. But that first group set the table for everybody else. So I want to thank the ADs, Pat Richter at Wisconsin later on. I know this is a small college Hall of Fame, but it's just an example of when you believe in someone, when you have someone that believes in you, it's amazing what you can accomplish. All the coaches that I've had, I played for the same coach for 7 years, and I always get people with that funny look and say, boy, was he slow. He failed 3 times? No, I played for my high school coach 3 years. He took a college job, and I played for him for 4 more. So that's 7 years with the same person. So when people think that coaches don't have any influence or are just there as somebody to fill a position, they're wrong. I learned so much from him, mostly what to do, not to do. He was always somebody who had the best interest of his student athletes at heart, and I'll forever be indebted to him. The players, as we all know, I'm standing here representing 1,000 young men that we've coached over the years, and their efforts, their energy, what student athletes go through now with the training, and it is amazing that they can still get the work done, get their degrees, and move on and do a lot of good things for other people. Usually I end with those thank yous until something I said today, something came up in a question, and we have to remind ourselves, as coaches, we only have players for 4 years, maybe 3, maybe 2, maybe 1, they transfer, whatever. And I asked the student athletes who were in the group today, who took care of you your first 18 years? Who do you need to thank? You need to thank your parents. You need to thank your family. You need to thank those that were there every day as you were growing up, and also your teachers, your coaches, your preachers, your ministers, your whatever it is. You need to thank them. As coaches, we get big-headed sometimes and think, wow, aren't we something? We only have them for a very small part of their timeline, very small part. So with that in mind, I talked about the coaching profession. It has numerous challenges, and it is our task to give each and every player an opportunity to learn about life through a game. And I know that's been mentioned before, but it's so true. Because there's so many things that happen in sports through a game that certainly comes in handy later on in life. The other thank you and congratulations I want to do is for all the other members of the 2019 class. How about that group of men? That's a pretty good class. And yeah, I was busy getting autographs from them. I made sure I had some. But it's a fine group of guys. I'm happy to be in that class. And something came over me when I was thinking about former players, former coaches, people that are in other positions. And I jotted this down before I left. I said, finally, I would like to leave with you this little ditty. I am fortunate to have many former players and coaches in positions of authority or accountability. And I have always tried to convey the following. And if you know what I mean by people being in that position, that we're talking about leadership. And the purpose, the function of leadership is to produce leaders, not followers. So coaches and players out there, you can be a leader on your team, create more leaders. Coaches, create more leaders with your players and with your coaches. It can be done because every person that plays or plays for or coaches in this profession, you always have a chance to help make somebody better. So let's go out there and create some more leaders. Thank you.